Hello, gang, and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. If you have missed the live stream last out, we did a lot down here, and I'm going to do a little transition cut here for you to show you everything we did, and then I'll put a link in the top right hand corner. You can go back and check that live stream out if you haven't already to see the build and how we got to it, and also I'll put the link in the description down below for you as well. Let's do the transition. Basically, I hated this, right? So let me just, before we do the transition, I hated this. Plus, I always wanted to set up a bit of a main hub here like we did on the other island in Season 1. And so that's what we worked on down here. Redoing the airport, the actual port, and a big rail yard with a depot attached to it as well. We've got some trams in here, tram depot that's going to go in. Nothing is detailed yet. It's all just the base put in like we did for the other build. It will go through a few iterations. And this is going to be number one site out of two sites for a distribution, I want to say center for this middle part of the map. The other one we're going to work on in a couple of episodes there. We might do that one on stream as well, start that one also. Or we might do it on video. Okay, so let me do the little cut transition for you here, and then we can get on with what we're doing today to start getting this area rolling. Voila, there it is. So this is the start of the site number one for our transition here for our distribution slash depot slash everything center that we've got going on down here. And I hope you like it. There was one criticism. It was more of in a realism sort of terms during the live stream, that this little downward spiral section just here, probably a little steep when you've got heavy trains rolling in to a station from this sort of an angle. So I will probably readdress this at some point. Basically, it works exactly the same as the other station. When I talk about the other distribution center, it's the one we built all the way over here. This one we've got going on here. So this one's a little bit more heavy hitting with the amount of rail that comes in, all the directions we've got rail coming in from it. We don't have as much of a shipping port here. We've only got this little dock over here that we put in just recently, right, with our little boat harbor section. So that's the only sort of connectivity we've got there. But so unlike the other one we're doing, the new one we've put in, right? So let's call this, what are we calling this? Let's bring up this Alt G. We're calling this, are we calling it Turner or Shipman's Cove or Shipman's Turner Distribution Center? I don't know, something like that. Let's just call it let's just call it Quiet. No. Someone come up with a better name than I can for this distribution center, and we will call it that distribution center, or maybe we'll call it after one of you. But you can see the amount of detail we ended up going in and putting in through this area. So expect us to go through something like that over in this site. We'll call that one Site A, we'll call this one Site B, and then eventually I want to do a Site Charlie distribution center that's either going to be about here, somewhere here, or potentially in and around here. I'm unsure yet. This would be a good place for there's a nice big open area in here, kind of central to everything too. Couple of options we've got there anyway. That will do. Unfortunately, this little island over here doesn't have a distribution center. I don't know if we'll get one, or if maybe we'll turn this area into a bit of one, or maybe we've got some space up here, but it probably doesn't need as big a distribution center. But let's just go back down here, double check things. You can see that the port now is, I feel like this is a really nice port, and it's already working. It's already working. Okay, we've got our ships going. Everything that we had going is plugged back in. One of the things that isn't working, that I think is not going ahead, is we're not being supplied machine parts for Lost Isles anymore. We were getting a supply run all the way from here, I'm pretty sure. These guys were supplying Lost Isles, which they're not now. So that stuff was getting flown out of here. We're getting barrels of crude oil sent down here now. I guess that's not a bad thing. It's because our train, it takes them down to get the to bring to the chemical plant and brings chemicals back, plastics back. Sorry, losing all my words. Which we do have the ability to send some goods now. We're probably going to first just send some goods straight down into Backwater Bay, then eventually up to Craggy Crater. These are our two big cities. I want to say cities up here. Lost Isles, I want to get working, and we're going to get that working today along with sending some stuff up here. So these guys have the ability to have a sawmill. We have to find them some timber. Whether or not, I don't know if we're going to import it, but we do have a forestry just sitting right here. Now, here's the kind of cool part. We do have a forestry section here as well. They are getting their timber from here. No, they're not. Where are you guys getting your timber from? Are you getting it from across the channel? Ah, yeah, it's coming from here. Yeah, our little tree farm here. So, yes, I think we're going to send this timber potentially over to here. Right, so we're going to have to train that into our hub. Then we'll truck it down, then we'll truck it back. And then what's going to happen is, this is why a hub over here would probably be really good. We have out here where we've got our, we've got the chemicals set up with the crude oil being refined into, well, oil refined oil, and then sent over to here. We do have this machines factory just here. So we could start really producing machined, or machine parts, ham, yes, for this whole middle island, which would be take the pressure off this island to have to produce them for this island over here. So we'll call this island A, B, and C, just for clarity purposes going forward. All right, so I think today we're going to work on getting a heap of timber. You've got two options here. We can somehow get this timber over to Craggy Crater and train it down. Or we can bring a train up here and loop it into there. And I think we'll just do that for today. So, yeah, this is going to be another temporary line until we get in the next distribution center. The more I think about it, maybe the distribution center could go all the way. No, it has to be somewhere here, I think. It doesn't have to be that big because that fits a whole air. It could fit a couple of airports in the middle of it. But yeah, for the moment, let's go ahead and say, okay, the train that brings, we can split this into two, can we? No, we can't. If we're taking timber down into here, we could take boards back up halfway. And then what? And then the boards come down to here via another train. It's a lot of trains we got going on here. Yeah, and then you kind of need your own little industrial section for this town as well. Like a little train industrial section. But you've got one over here. We could put in a bridge. So we could have a distribution center just here. Slight one. And bridge it over. It doesn't have to be big. It should just be this, to be honest. And then we can just truck it over. It's an extra further distance they have to go, but saves having to build one. You'd think I would have this all planned out beforehand, but I don't. I just think what we'll do is we'll just, for the sake of getting this in today, let's get ourselves a nice bit of flat land to start with, right? Let's work off this. Yeah, we'll work off the height of the actual forestry. It will allow me to also get in eventually. We'll do up a nice big section of timber forest, and I think, well, you know, it actually probably would go out this way and look really good. Yep. We do have the option to run the train down here too, you know. Not really, because they just don't split the right way. I mean, that goes down there. No, that wouldn't really work. Okay, so we've got our tree shelf up here. If you want to see how I put in my forestry sections, it's pretty simple. I basically just go, hey, yeah, we want assets, we want trees. We can start with, we'll start with these tall ones here. We'll get this tool out, make it fairly big. And then we crank down the strength just a little bit, okay? And in fact, before we get the tall timber out, why don't we go through here and just clear out a heap of these trees so we can get our forestry bit in here looking Gucci. I might even put some like there. We can make this look like a fairly decent size one. Well, how about we do it? How about we get the train in and then we'll do it? That sounds probably like a neato idea. Can I bring a train over the top of that road? Nope. We wouldn't be far off it though. Food for thought? No, because we might just bring the train in and loop around that way. Or we bring, okay, so give me a cargo building. Now, this can be just one of these, I think, you know. It doesn't have to be special. Thanks, autosave. I want to bring it in from that way. What do you got else in the... I really need to go shopping for some... Hey, I tell you what. Anyone watching in here that has a great mod for cargo stations they'd like to see in the game, let me know in the comment section down below. A good cargo mod. Happy to take a look at it and see if it's something that I'll like and we can put it in. And then whoever wins the cargo station choice, I can name the cargo station after them, or this whole forestry section can be named after them. Your very own forestry section on the map. I tell you what, let's bring that road. Let's do something like this. So there's a connection point just there. Right, that's going to make me a little bit happier about that. In fact, I can turn the corner on that one. I do like to run timber roads for forestries, but whatever. New age forestry. We'll just go with that. Now I can run a building. Something like, oh, you get a bit of angle. That's actually probably going to work out better with a little bit of angle. That doesn't matter too much that it comes. The angle probably works better for us. Right. Now, can we configure this? I'll go ahead and do our track now because I have a really bad habit of not putting our Portuguese track in here that we utilize. We are going, yeah. I need to really get in the habit of going through and editing all my stations to run the same track, and I've got a really bad habit of not doing it lately. Okay. Let's go track. We're simply going to be tucking. So we're one-weighing this. You don't need catenary. We're going to keep you nice and flat, please. I was going to run over the top of that road, but we don't need to now. So, let's just say we want you to be about minimum 60, like always. Oh, are we going to chock through there and get a bit of tunnel? Yeah, I don't normally like it. Sure, why not? It just adds a bit of something, doesn't it? Yeah, we have to try and get over to this line over to here. Oh, excellent. Excellent. I have a bad feeling about this. I'm going to just try and do something here that's going to go over the top. So I need a height. So we want to go 1, 2, 3. Find it really funny that that's a height you're not willing to accept over that road. That's such a steep height. So what if we shift a little bit? No, shift a little bit more. I reckon, and here's my thoughts. I'm just going to pause this for a sec. I'm going to take this bit of road out for the moment. Now I do have the bridge thing off. I like to try and get it in without using the mods too much. So let's go 1, 2, 3, right? So we want our 3 height here. And we don't want you running that steep. I will take a grade like that. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky because we need to slide underneath now. Okay, so let's just say we're sliding under there for the moment. Are you running... That's flat. Okay, this might be subject to change. Now, this section just here, we need to run you. Let's firstly get you connected up into there. So we're running two-way that way. We're splitting off up here. Right. Right. Okay, sweet. So we've got that split off there, which means that we need to run back on there as well. So you can do the same thing with... that road underneath's really throwing me for a curveball, just trying to get this situated. I might go with the inside lane first. How does that sound? So we might actually go from this one. Can I get you... No. I can't. Right, so you just need to probably... That's kind of got it. It's not really derailment. I think the ballast is just going over some of the... Oh, no. I put it in so you can see. That road underneath's throwing me for a curveball. Is that... I happen to feel like it's right, but it's also not. Last option, let's go ahead and just flatten ourselves a little bit of track here. Or we kick off back here further. I think we kick off back here further. You know a build with me is always going to take a little bit longer, don't you, these days? So, get our terrain tool. Right, so we've got a nice bit of flat section just here. These are probably in my way just a little bit, so I can put those back in after. Oh, we snagged a bit of lag. That looks a heck of a lot better to me. Hey game, why do you want to do the lagging thing? What's going on here? Yeah, it's when I go to join you up. That's when you have the most trouble. So we must be on just a slight angle here. Right, so just try this one then. Oh, that's why. There might be a slight cut in here. Just going to say. Right, try that for me. And then do the same for that. There we go. I'd say we can take that. So that was last ditch effort. Take that off there for me so I can potentially... Oh, that's not what we want to see. Oh, and you've done it again. Hey, game. Gosh, it's like you've never played Ham. Right? Okay, we're looking better there. Swooping down. Coming underneath. We probably could get a better, bit of a straighter section just here. So let me just get that angle there. I have a feeling we can take that back and I can get a bit of a straighter shot. That. And start coming down for me, please. Right. Which will allow us to get a better swoop section there. And look at that. We then get some bridge. That's no good. Concrete, please. Now, you might be running a bit low there, but whatever. I think one of the most important things is, like, this is, if you think this is just temporary, this section, it's probably not going to be. This section through here is probably going to be a section that goes up to our new infrastructure when we get it in. So Site C, Site Charlie we're talking about. Site Charlie for the next distribution center, right? So I don't know how you feel about that and what kind of height you're going to be coming in. So let's just have a look at this how steep you are. You're a 1 there. If you come up a lower gradient, no matter what we do, you're just going to be slightly steep there, aren't you? I'm going to mold the ground to us. Just so we're not running as steep through there. Now, is that a turn or is that a really shot? That's just a turn you put there, mate. Right. We'll keep coming straight there. That's also feels like it's coming down steep, doesn't it? I think it'll be okay. It'll be fine. You're thinking about it too much. Ever since we... Yeah, that's how we're doing that. And I'm going to do this as well. Ever since we got the old... That's coming down too fast. Now I'm really worried about it. Not that I don't... Okay, so here's one thing that everyone... That if they don't know about me already, I like to detail a lot. Meaning I like to make things look realistic, but I don't always build realistically, if that makes sense. So I'm not probably the best one for building. I'm not even the best one for building detail. Like there's so many good detailed players out there. So you know, I just like to be creative. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I like to be creative. Now with this, I'm gonna commit a cardinal sin here. I'm gonna relay that. Just because I feel like we can actually get that better now. Right. Now that we've established where we want it. And everyone walks away a winner because that's a much happier junction through there. Okay, before I forget, why don't you go ahead and do some signal stuff. We want the one way. I will say... Sure. But you've got one there. And you've got some there. And you're going to shoot off that way. That's... I mean, I can give you one here. I don't think you... No, you don't need that. Yeah, okay, so you're still running fine. Okay. Let's go ahead and tell you how you're going to be running through here. Because I would assume we're going to need a couple of trains. Sure. Right. Okay, fine. That's our connective points on there. Man, we're going to have trains going everywhere soon. Do you want to get your road back on? I want to get my road back on. Okay, get your road on. And all was sort of happy in the world until they came down here, ran out of brakes and slammed into a truck. Don't know how I feel about this. It wouldn't, surely it wouldn't have given it to me if I couldn't get a train under there, but we will check. I like to get the old train out, the old train tester. Get the old train tester. Where is it? USA diesel and I mean, it wouldn't have given it to me surely if it wouldn't have worked under there, but it does. It clears it. It seems really steep through there. That's going to be not happy. Ah, okay. Whatever. It's just going to have to deal with it. You're going to have to get up the hill and do your thing. I don't know. Maybe I can take the... Maybe I can angle that better as well eventually. Why don't you do it now? Because we want to get on with stuff, and that's like, it's too much track laying otherwise. I can neaten and tidy up later. All right, let's get what we need to do down here is get ourselves. Boy, have we got a lot to do in this series. We have got a lot to do. Are you just gonna put this in? It's kind of trash, isn't it? We only need that, don't we? We only need that for a medium. Sure. Why not? Just gonna have to come through the guts of town, over the bridge and far away. Why do we? I mean, why not? And then because that truck can go under the tunnel. Oh yeah, by the way, there is a tunnel under the airport, under the strip, up here and into that way if it needs, or it can go that longer way, which it'll have to wait for trains to go around. This is our passenger stop, by the way. So those that missed it and still refuse to go back and watch the live, it's fine. The trams pull into here, go to town, pull into here, and then we have connecting Ubers. Yes, that's right. We have these little Ubers delivering people to and from the airport and the tram station. Yep. Uber time. Look at all the... So much detail to go into this place. So much detail to go into the map. It scares me. So, get a connection from this one. And we need to come into here. So, what I did is zero this out, Ham. This is a truck drop-off only. We're not doing pickups at this station. This will only be for drops. This is a pickup and drop-off. So, we're going into here. We're going to select 3. You're going to be the color of wood, I guess, sort of. We can call you Lost Isles Timber Transport Truck. Okay, done and dusted. So we've got that in. Next, let's figure out a line because we're now shoving trains up and down this line. We will go from... Right, we're pulling into here. They're going to have to share this, aren't they? Because you didn't put in another... Because this comes in... Yeah, this really needs an adjustment. Like now. I've just got my washing machine in the background. I apologize if the noise is too much. Hey game, that's not how we do things. Is there a way in this world at which you can come down here? Hang tight with me here for a second. Okay. I don't believe it. Is that what you're thinking? Something like that? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe I can get you to come a little bit straighter on there then. You're pushing your luck by taking it back that far. Yeah, Yeah, you really pushed your luck by doing that. Sure. Why don't you just do what you did before when you did this. And then why don't you just have it like that? Oh, that oh no, that doesn't work. That does to there. So you get a slight little wobble in it. And I don't know if you're going to deal with it unless you take that out and then you're an idiot. I mean, that actually works. You might then say, why don't you just double track that and bring another line down? Okay, yeah, sure. Why don't we do that? Because when one isn't enough, I'll build that anyway. What's your problem? I see the problem. Yeah, this is not going swimmingly for us. Also, we're going to have to put some more legs in there because that wouldn't be a thing, which is fine. Yeah, it's got to get a rework. I'm thinking we actually bring this one down into the outside lane eventually. But for today, this is what we're doing just to get this thing walking and talking. Damn. It's not my finest. It's not the finest bit of work I've crafted, but, you know, it's a thing. We'll just, I think we're just definitely going to readdress it, you know. Now, you do the old wobbly word there. Yeah, I'm not going to worry. I'm not going to get too pent up on it now. It's going to be a thing. You're also going to have one ways like that. If I can, please. Right. Don't need that there, but you know what I mean. Right, can I just have a look at that? Yeah, so you're still doing your thing. Our new line is going to be pulling into this side of the station, and then it can actually whip back around there and head back up that line. So, new line. Line 1. Lost Isles at number 5. Let's see if this does a thing. And then you're coming all the way out to yeah. Hey. All right. So we know that that's talking and it's doing what we want. Can you do that color? Thanks. That will be a bit better between the brown. Now, do you switch on? I mean, you're going to have to switch on to the... Oh, you don't. You took it off there. Okay, so you're saying... I know exactly why. We could either put a switch here, which I will do, and then you can peel on there. Or we could have put a switch on there. But I think I'll have you switch from that line just there. Now you're taking that side. Okay, good. Right, and you're now called, we're calling you Lost to Craggy Timber Train. Don't forget, if you do find a better cargo station and you do win the cargo station replacement that we put in here, I will name this forestry and train and everything after train station and stuff after you. In the interim, this is what I do if no one's seen it before when I paint the trees in. So we get this lovely mod. There is a mod for these paintbrushes, right, that you can get. There is a If anyone's new here, there is a thing on the Steam Workshop that shows the mods line up with this. There is a save file to get this base map. There is also a midpoint save file we did to everything up to the midpoint. And just tone that down for me, thanks. Let's also get... Okay, you're still a little strong. You're coming on a little strong there, buddy. Right, let's try this again. Sometime I mean, it's not going to be perfect, is it? But it'll be a thing. Maybe it's a little stronger. Oh, there's my washing. It's just finished. Right, you just start to get this little nice, not perfect, but you can start to see the rows a little bit, right? Now, evermore, we'll do some with the apple trees. Doesn't matter what they look like. I will put... sometimes I also like to do a thing like this, where we grid, right? So we actually grid. Now, this doesn't have to be perfect. Go something like that. Hey, hey. Why? Hey. Makes no difference. We're not going to have trucks going on this road anyway. Right, so that's one bit of the forestry section there. And we'll do like another section just here. We don't want a tunnel, thanks. So I'll do that. And I'll have to get my terrain brush just to clean that up a little bit. I will actually go ahead and turn you into there. Right? We can go something like that. This is just a way to branch out these forestry routes. And you know what? We'll go one... we'll go one like this. We'll follow that around. A little bit of detailing for us today. Why not? I mean, we don't have multiple things to do. You haven't even got in the plastics run yet. Plastic schmastics. We'll come around this little, like, mountain section just here. Is there a world in which we can get a bridge over that? Yeah. And I want it to be red too. And I'm just going to take that back there. Yeah. Yeah, nice. So then what we're going to do through here, lay a road like that. Right, we're just, basically I'm just divvying up the sections where the trees are going to lay between. Yeah, and obviously it doesn't need to be perfect terrain everywhere. But we will go ahead and clean some of this up. Because you got to imagine these trails would be where the timber trucks go along to pick up the wood, harvest the wood, whatever. We'll keep going that one through there like that. We've got this nice big area down here. And we'll do another sort of section just like that. Sure. You can have a connection there. And you can have a connection there. And then this one we will meet in the middle. Sometimes the game just gets a little overzealous with the old, oh, I'll take you want a road there, and then snaps a right angle for us. I think that's what we'll do for that at the moment. So then all we do is just paint in the trees where we want them. Yeah, who cares? Let's just keep going. Let's just have fun. Yeah, we want some of these. Right, let's go with, let's go. Ooh, do you want to just tone that down for me a little bit? Let's go with, not going to work that way, are they? They'll be fine. Something like that. Right. That's not very, very good, Ham. Yeah, I really should have done the grid to the trees, shouldn't I? Probably. Doesn't matter. Can you... Oh, there we go. That's a bit better. Better. Right, we'll just do something like that. Because you gotta imagine the forestry section. There's ones that have been cut down that are still growing. Like this one here looks like it's ready to harvest, but just behind it, we might throw in some to make it look like saplings, right? Like these. Let me get still got my angle here. We could go some saplings maybe in this section just here. Right, so we could go like that. No matter what I do. So we look like we get some saplings through here. Maybe even just to there. Then we can go back to some bigger ones on this side, I think. Yeah, the chunkier ones are definitely chunkier, aren't they? I mean, we could just keep painting forever, couldn't we? I haven't really done the angles right, but you get the idea. We're starting to just make a nice little forestry section. Grab me these ones, please. These. Right. Take the size down. Now you could go ahead and row these out too, I get it, but we're not going to do that. Right, like that. And then not a bad idea to get your sort of dirtier paintbrushes here as well. And just start splaying some of this in and around the place, right? Big, heavy sort of tree worked area. It's a lot, like I've got to do a lot more through here, but you're starting to get the idea of our timber forest, right? Just starts to really bring the map to life a little bit as well. Right, there's a way we can sort of close that off over there. I'll add some, what we can do now is probably get this brush and I'll just go ahead and just paint a heap in like that. Maybe just get me a couple of mixed ones there. Just to sort of peter off these edges a little bit. And we won't have them right on the line. I will go ahead and clear the line out a little bit. You've got this bit of land just in here. Let's get some of these if we can. Thanks. Yeah, they're not really following the order of things, are they, Ham? Nope. They're just doing their own thing, these trees, so they can just whatever. We'll put them in like that. Okay, I might leave a little bit of clear. No, I'll put some saplings down in here too. Because why not? And just some like saplings in the corners. Saplings everywhere, right? Something like that. You get the idea. Give me a couple of them. Just a little bit of a mixed bag just in there. Right. And forestry starting to look forest-like. So let's go ahead and just tidy up some of the track here. We'll get this brush and we're simply just going to roll around the track. Just so we're not, you know, hanging over the track, causing issues too much. Right. Do some rock work around the some of the sections. Look at this stuff way all over the track over here. Right. This area's not too bad. Couple there. Couple there. I think that'll do it. Right. There we go. Now, like I said, that train line probably temporary as we get a distribution center built up. We could even fill some more trees in there, but for the moment, not too bad. We've got another forestry section here. We've got a big farm in here, so we'll just have to see how that goes. Right. Okay. Cool. Before I get a train rolling on that, because what we're not going to get. Here's the thing. We're not going to be able to get the timber to there today. Well, we might. Let's get this. Let's get some. Let's get a line just set up here. We don't have a pickup. You just put a drop off there. What an idiot I was. Tell you what, you can have a little center. Something like that. Where we can retain you up at the back. Right? Give you a nice bit of retain work here. Sometimes I like to use this one. It works really well, this building, but then sometimes it just doesn't. I'm not going to use... I'd love to use these. These are my favorite blocks to use. I've said it before. I've said it multiple times, but there are some also brick walls that I like to use too. Like, we'll use this old wall. Give me 10 meter... let's make you that big. That brick, thanks. And I will leave a little bit of grass at the front path there, will I? Huh, how do you want to do that? It actually sits not too bad on that grass mound. Maybe you could retain this section then. That seems like a better use of my time. Yeah, I guess we could retain the backside still though, but it seems a little... All right, we'll give it just a base. We'll make it look like a thing here. Make it look like a thing. But what I will go ahead and do is leave a little dirt strip between it. Right, just in between that. Right, can you give me the 4 meter? No, 2 meter? Yep. Do you want to do any more retaining at the back there? Nope. I just want to leave that. Like that. Sure, okay. I don't know why. I just felt like I needed to do that. Then, you're going to give off a horrible road section there. So if I pull a road from there, oh, it's not too bad. I've seen worse. Okay, I have seen worse. I don't like how it flattens that road out though. But it's a game. It just does its thing. It's what it does. You know, if you get a connection onto this section, beautifully laid road if I do say so myself. And obviously we could upgrade this road into town too, this coastal road, so we might go ahead and do that. We're going to upgrade you anyway. Right, sweet, good. I'm not going to upgrade that bit. That's just a little service road. Speaking of service road, would there likely be a service center, do you think? Yeah, there would. Why? Because I just want one. Let's go with the shell. Okay, go well. Go well, go to hell. Go shell. I'm going to dip you just off the road here slightly, I think. Am I? Yeah, so the whole reason you have a service road and a service center is because the service road feeds the main road, which the service center sits on. That's horrible. Why don't you go ahead and put that in after then? You're going to have to do that for sure. So once you're about there, I'm going to bring you down to about that height. I bet you didn't expect to sit here and watch someone put a service station in. But it's all part... Hey! Get out of the trees. In fact, that's probably come off better for us to do it that way. Better entry and exit for that. Yeah, like it. I like it. Okay, sweet. Put a line in. We need to get a drop-off point. Oh my god, look at the buildings go around this train track. Oh, yeah. Hopefully they expand. Oh, that's right. We got a little garden section. Oh, I forgot that we put this little community. Oh, people are using it. Up to the train station. Oh, gosh, aren't we a bit special? We gave them a little parkland. Did I have a football stadium in that one? Which place did I put a football stadium in? Was it over here? Stretchwater. It was not Stretchwater. Oh, it's here. It's at Quiet North. They've got their own football athletics track and everything in over here. Right. God. Yeah, righto. Where were we? Here. Drop off. Truck drop off. Can I go buildings? Go. We're just going to get a street truck drop off here. Oh my gosh. You want goods. Goods are in the guts of town. We've got... there's a lot we can do here. Why don't we go ahead and drop you... Oh my gosh. What, down this street where the buses drop? You sure? That's probably good for us there, is it? We probably need a distribution center in town. Oh my gosh. Oh my golly gosham. Okay, there's a lot more goods that need to be delivered here than I was aware. I'm going to go there. I'm going to hurt the town here a little bit. We'll get back to our train shortly because I want to put a road straight through that building and that one. Sorry about your road. Right. That's the best connectivity we're probably going to get there anyway. Let's go ahead and say, hey, new line. We're doing a pickup from here. And you're taking them to here. Oh, and then you turn around in the dead end street. In the dead end of the street. So, if you're, yeah, we're only going to be putting delivery trucks. They're going to be fine. What are we calling this? We're calling this, what are we? We're backwater, aren't we? Backwater goods truck. Okay. Can you give me the goodsy color? I guess that's the goodsy color, is it not? Something, maybe it's more something. Well, let's go with that. Let's go with the sandy colored. Let's put a couple of trucks on that now. Buy. I like to get these delivery trucks. These, oh, there is the DAF ones. Take 20, or there is... These take 21. I'll probably go with the DAFs. Let's go with, on the back of a flatbed? No. We want these kind of trucks and stuff, don't we? The Amiga Express. Where's my always the real thing? Always broken on cola. Only 10 for that one. 10. These are only 10, these trucks. That one is 20. The catering. Okay, well, we'll go DHL. Okay, one of those. We'll go this. Oh, this black one looks good. We'll go one of those and one of the white ones. Sure. You guys are going to be on. We'll just go 3 for the moment. You guys are going to be on backwater goods truck. All right, good. Let's see those roll out, please. Such a great mod, by the way. These are great. Great. Right, yeah. Don't be quick about it or anything. This black one, look at this one. Oh, it's a Glenfiddich one. Oh, now that's what you want to be seeing rocking into your town. A Glenfiddich truck. Okay, party's on me. Okay, let's go. Sorry, I'm just getting my legs sorted out. Let's go ahead and get the lines here sorted out. Look, next time out, we're going to get the rest of it hooked up. But you know me, Ham, just Captain Slow. I'm like James May, except with Transport Fever 2. But you know what they say? Slow and steady wins the race. What am I looking for? Is this service center? Buy me. Now here's a thing. I want to go with some kind of truck like this. Right. Buy me. I'm going to get 6 of these to start with. You guys are going to be on Lost Isles. Lost Isles Timber Transport Truck. I see you have chosen to come in this way. And then you go, oh, you do the loop. You do the loop-de-loop. Oh, okay, I'm all about that. Sweet. So those trucks are going to go off and do the loop-de-loop. Oh, I love them. How much is a Kenworth? Not enough. One of my favorite trucks. Might be a little bit biased because Dad owns one that looks like that. It's a, oh, what's the number? K100 or something? Is that what it is? Is it the K? Is that what they designate? K100? Either way, it's a 100 variant and an 80s model that Dad's restored. It's beautiful. Maybe one day I'll show you some more pictures of it when we do a live stream. And then a custom built race trailer for it that takes the race cars. It's got a sleeping section up top. It's got a kitchen and lounge area. So Dad's put a lot of work into this truck at home. He loves it to death. And he was just out racing on the weekend too. Right, train. We get to buy from our new train yard here. Right, so what's this thing? This does capacity 8 to 420. Which one is it? Do we want to run something like this? We can not. We can do the boards. We can't do the timber. You mother trucker. You all thought I was going to swear. Why don't we pick a loco to start with? You know what we haven't run? We haven't run any electric, the GE60C, a type from Bombardier's family of electric and diesel-electric locomotives used for medium freight and passenger trains. We need to start merging into some of this stuff. So we're going to be upgrading some tracks in the future to get some electric trains on. You know what? Stuff it. We're just going to do it today. Oh, what? Seriously? Yep. Yep, we're doing it today. I want that train. I want that train. Tracks, tannery, upgrade. In theory, this should work. Right, let's say we buy from this one. Okay. We're buying our, I'm buying the GE6, am I? What about this locomotive used the latest technology with the restored control of the traction motors so that maximum power was available without wheel slip. That sounds fantastic. 2.9 to run. This one's 2.6. I'm going with this one. I love this train. I friggin' love it. Cargo-wise, if there was anything cool we could have, but no, you only do machine parts. Right. Here's the flat car with side stakes at 13. That sucks. Nafies will do 14. Nope. You are not what I want. Nope. Nope. And doubly nope. So you're at 13. You're at 18. And you're at 18. So you guys are 15 ton. You guys are 30 ton. This container wagon. No, that won't do it either. So it's this one here. Add. We're just going to add it. What are we at? We're at excellent. Oh yeah, you're at good. You're at good there at 324 capacity. What if I say to you I want 360? You're still at good. 396. Oh, That's a $44 million train. We've got a little bit of money. Set you on. Lost to Craggy. Oh my gosh. That means our upgrades have worked. Hit the play button. Oh, as the planes take off. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hanging out with me today. Oh, you love to see it. Don't you? You love to see it. We're going to be back. We've got so much more to do to get this line hooked up, running and rolling. We will also, next episode, check on our plastics, our goods to... trains everywhere. That's what we want to see. Let's ride this one. This is our track ride today. Yeah, we'll check on our good stuff. We'll get the rest of this line hooked up so we can start getting machine parts rolling around the map, and we'll just keep progressively working on stuff. And then all this cliff face you see around here, oh yeah, that all needs to be retained. Excuse me, mate. I'm talking here. Is he doing the old, look, mum? Look, mum, no hands. Look at this. It's a beautiful train. It's a beautiful locomotive, Ham. Yeah, we're going to have to re-look at this at some point. Love to hear suggestions on what you think we should do. I think I can just potentially run this to the outside track, lower it down, and run it up further up the hill to marry up. Maybe that's an option that we do, and I think that's probably the only option, just so we can get a bit of a lower run in here, so we're not just like screeching the brakes around this bend and tilting the train over the edge. That's my thoughts anyway. I know that there's a thing called a helix. I don't like helixes much, just FYI. Oh, the other thing we haven't done today is we haven't done any weeding. Sorry. Okay, team, that's it. Stay safe. Stay glued to your screen for plenty more fun and games, and I will see you all for another episode. Look at that nice long train. But I want longer trains. Now, when we get these distribution centers up and running, I want longer trains running. All right, that's it. Leave a like. Don't forget to let me know about the mod for a cargo station. And I'll see you all very soon. Get out of here.